Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thank you for joining Shop Talk Live. My name is Rick Ramirez, also known as Rick's 2 Cents, along with my fellow co-host Steve from Steve Makes Everything.
Hi, guys.
And Roger from Roger Shop. How's everyone going?
Howdy.
Thanks, guys, for holding it down the fort last week. I had some family in town and was able to spend some time. So, yeah. So we got a decent amount of comments already in the comments here.
A lot of people saying hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, everyone from Myrtle Beach. Jealous that has to be some nice weather. Chris said, good day from down under. I like the change of scenery, Steve, in the background. You switched it up a little bit.
Yeah, AI generates a new one for me every day. So
I got to get this camera adjusted right. It seems to like to stare at my ceiling. I don't know why, but yeah.
Maybe you need to wear a hat. Could be getting a reflection.
See how it moves. Yeah, from the Chromie Dome.
Must be something with electricians, or maybe it's IBEW union guys. My hair disappears.
It's all the radiation we're around.
Hey, I worked in a nuclear facility, so
yeah, so you know how it is. Yeah, I always say I'll probably one day die of cancer. That's for sure.
Well, I only got irradiated once, so and it wasn't my fault. It was some bozo 2 floors below me opening a source right below my feet.
I got a question for you, Steve.
Sure.
Do you have this on your CNC?
Yes.
So, what'd you use, a Dremel to cut the side out?
No, all I did was pull the shield off the plug.
Oh, and then just
and then it fits in. And then a couple of zip ties, and we lost Rick.
Yeah, frozen in time there.
Yeah, he's gone.
Man, I don't know what the deal is with this. Let me maybe it doesn't like the
we lost you again. You need one more repeater in your mesh network.
Yeah. Or need to go with fiber. Oh, there's a green screen.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hold on.
It's like a QR code.
Yeah.
Maybe we can scan it and find out where he is.
Well, if anybody's got any questions out there, fire away. We'll be more than happy to talk about it.
There's been lots of laser news in the last week or so we can talk about that tonight. I've been things have been just crazy for me lately. I don't know, just so much going on.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but
I said you need one more repeater in your mesh network.
I was yelling the other day because I thought it was Ricky unplugging the one that's directly above me. So
just for fun.
Yeah, well, no, because he'll like plug his phone in. I gotta charge my phone, Dad, so I unplug the Wi-Fi. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Kids are crazy. So I have a senior this year and a kindergartner this year. So that's definitely a wide spectrum, right? So
that's a spread, yeah.
Yeah. So Thursday is Ricky's first day of kindergarten.
Thursday? It's still August.
Yeah.
Oh, my great granddaughter just started kindergarten. That was yesterday.
Yeah, so he starts tomorrow. ABT Marketing. So hello. And if anyone has any questions, let us know. Let's see where we're at.
There are a couple of questions coming up here. So
South Carolina, Greenville area. I used to live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. ABT said originally from Chicago area. I just moved down here 4 years ago. Okay.
Probably moved for the weather.
Yeah.
Have you guys been getting rain in the Midwest?
Oh yeah, lots of
it. It has been brutally dry here. My lawn looks like I live in Arizona. Like
same with me, Steve. My lawn. We got 3 days of rain this week, but yeah, exactly. So I actually took advantage of it and said, screw it. I just scalped my whole lawn and dethatched my lawn, but it looks horrible.
Well, here I'm mowing twice a week.
Yeah, the challenge here though is I live 2 miles from the Atlantic Ocean. It's not supposed to be drought here ever.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook post, but I had gotten real bad poison oak. So that was not fun. For 3 weeks, I was fighting that. So I didn't cut my grass other than the robot mower. But
Yeah.
let's just say below the belt, that was not fun, man. That was not fun
No.
at all.
That's not a good place to get it.
But I've had poison ivy plenty of times. Just look like little red dots. But poison oak looks like third-degree burns with blisters. So there was a couple days I couldn't wear socks and shoes. So it was pretty crazy. Yeah, so my yard was just out of control. Mine said hanging out.
I never wear socks and shoes, so.
Happy hump day, everybody. Happy hump day.
Well, every day's hump day for me, so.
Good thing you said that to me, Steve, about taking that off. I was about to, after those live, take the Dremel to it and just pop it out.
Yeah, no, you just take they just unscrew the two bolts that hold the housing on, and
so it's just like a DB9 cable then, basically, right? Like how you.
Yeah, I think it's a DB15, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those back.
And
in
then
the day,
like you pop the 4 screws off the front of your machine.
Yeah.
Like off the display. Yeah, and when you pull the housing off, there's enough room in there to bend the cable, plug it in and bend the cable down, and you can put a couple of zip ties on it and run it through the bottom. Run it through the bottom before you plug it in. Otherwise, you won't get it plugged in.
Right.
It's a little hard to get the hand controller through the hole in the bottom of the case.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was magnetized either when I picked it up, and it had that the attachment already connected to it. So that's pretty cool.
I don't use the magnet. I have just a hook right in front of my controller.
Yeah. And
I just hang it there.
I agree. Expensive as it was, I don't know if I'd trust the magnet either.
Yeah, well, I think the magnet's good. It's just it's going to be stuck somewhere where it's not useful to me. So.
Yeah. ABT Markin said, I meant to move to South Carolina. I've been here for 4 years. Sorry, from Chicago. The thing about Chicago is that they say if you don't like the weather, just stick around because it's bound to change, right? Our weather is crazy, right, Roger?
Yeah. Changes daily.
You ain't seen nothing until you live where I live.
Hello from Cleveland, Ohio. Hey, Tony, thank you for joining the live. Thank you for joining. Zetenta said, I get that green screen on my Cobra S1 when I first turn the camera on. I used to use my camera for my what the hell is it like? The Mac Pro, but it looks horrible. So this is the Insta360 camera. But I think the highest resolution is maybe just causing buffer issues on the StreamYard. Chris said, was that some ransom message from aliens that abducted him, the green screen?
Yeah, they've been planting suspicious metal parts in your head.
James said, hello from Ozark, Alabama. Hello, James. Thank you for joining the live. All right, Steve.
There's a question. Hey, Tim. So there isn't. You might need to go into the configuration, into the machine settings, and enable whatever input the foot pedal's on. But usually it's just done inside the laser. So you shouldn't have to do anything other than just plug it into the laser. But the B4 isn't. I don't know. Because you shouldn't have to configure anything in Lightburn. Well, is that true? No, you might have to do machine settings. There's a in the advanced part of machine settings, there's some switches there that you can enable or disable. They're just like bits. They're not labeled or anything. They're just inputs.
I'm gonna actually message my wife and make sure that's not unplugged in. I see my Wi-Fi says low. Ratatouille says, in Milwaukee, we got 14 inches overnight. Oh, man, did you guys see that on the news? They had a huge concert out there. They had a huge concert out there.
Yeah.
And during the concert, cars were flooded up to their mirrors, like hundreds
Wow.
of cars totaled.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Do you believe in climate change yet? Jeez, 14 inches. Wow.
Yeah, and that's all coming down the Mississippi River, so I get to enjoy that here in a day or two.
You know, just you can step off your back step and right into the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, David said, we have flooding in Milwaukee. Some of the parts had 14 inches. Yeah, that's just nuts.
Wow.
TJ said, thanks, Steve. You cost me more money with the 100-watt multiple video. Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice laser, actually. I was shocked actually how easy it was to just plug it in and go. Like it just runs. I've been using it now for probably a month, and finally got around to the video. The video would have been out 2 days ago, except I lost about 6 versions of it. And when I opened up DaVinci, I used DaVinci for editing. I could see basically the very first 20 seconds of the video was all that was there, and I was finished. And yeah, so I was a little annoyed, to say the least, but I did diagnose the problem, so it shouldn't happen again.
So what kind of projects have you made with it so far, Steve?
Well, I showed a couple in the video. I've done, it's just gets used for commercial stuff. Like it's anytime I do engraving now, like coins, like challenge coins, it engraves those really nicely. And nice. I mean, they're clean when they come off of there.
Nice.
Like all I did was, you know, the Scotch-Brite discs that you can put in your drill press or whatever and turn or your Dremel tool.
Yeah.
3 minutes with one of those and it looked ready to go.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, it's a nice laser.
Yeah, I was saying before that, like, yes, a 30-watt is capable, but I noticed a big difference in the 60, and the difference wasn't necessarily engraving, was the cleanup. So it's you know, kind of, I guess, hearing the same between a 60 to 100, like that really makes huge difference as well.
Yeah, it's just the higher frequencies, right? You can just go to town on cleanup. Yeah, like in this thing is the highest frequency on it is like 4,000 kilohertz, like 4 megahertz. That's mind-boggling. I don't even. I mean, that thing would be a transmitter at that point.
Jim says, I'm sure most of you, like me, get many boxes from Amazon, etc. I've been putting them in the recycle. Any thoughts on reusing them to ship out orders? I use them to ship out orders.
Yeah, sometimes, but they're good project material, Jim.
Yeah,
like when you want to experiment with stuff, because most of their boxes are about 3 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch thick. So if you just want to try something,
yeah, they're good for prototypes.
They work great for that. And at the very least, if you try something and it doesn't work, well, now you've got a smaller piece to put in the recycle bin. So.
And we talked about packing material. It's nice since you already have the outline that you can cut it and use it to pack it. So
yeah, I do that for everything that I ship.
Oh, how's my wife doing? Well, Monday of this week, went down to Peoria. She has surgery, and her right lung is now fully expanded again, and her oxygen level that she requires has been reduced from 5 liter to 2 liter. So things are looking up.
Good.
It's been a very stressful week.
Yeah, glad to hear. Glad to hear, Roger. Marjorie said, I'm working on layer projects the next few weeks. It's a little confusing. I also did my first epoxy project this week. So much to learn. Yeah, I saw some of her work online, and I was like, wow. And we talk about, sometimes we were talking to Steve and Roger that and no disrespect to anyone, but I say it gets crafty, and I say it gets crafty because it's like extremely detailed, right? You're not fat fingering your way through it, kind of, so to speak. She does some really extremely detailed work. Yeah,
I'm an engineer, so everything is science to me, right? I have no artistic ability. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. When I see these Christmas ornaments that people make, like, I'm not bashing you in any shape or form, but like, I no way, I'm not doing that. That is like, I'll buy it from you. How about that? Alrighty. When talking to Spanish speaking people, use the word mucho often. It often gets a lot of them.
Yeah, muy bueno, muy bueno.
I have to remind my wife, because she's French Canadian, that she's not Mexican sometimes, because she's around Mexicans so much. She says things. I'm like, whoa, chill out. You're not around French. You might offend somebody. You know, but she talks like us now.
Hey,
Hey,
Steve. Waverly,
Well,
Iowa, close by here.
All right. For challenge coins with an ultrasonic bath, can it clean up?
Yeah.
Have any of you tried it?
Yeah. I mean, I have not ultrasonic. Well, ultrasonic will knock any kind of loose barnacles off of things, but it won't make it shiny for sure.
So I tried the ultrasonic because I wanted to see what it actually do, and I used Windex in it. And what it did to mine was, I forget the name of that metal. What's the name of that metal? We talked about this before. It looks like the wavy lines on it.
Oh,
Damascus.
Yeah, it looks like domestic. So when I made like the IBW coins and I stuck it in there, it looked like it was electrified. You know, people do that with the wood. That's what it did to the coin. And I was
happy accident by the sounds of it.
Yeah, and I was able to duplicate it, you know. So but it did not polish it at all.
I did speaking of happy accidents, engraving things. I engraved when I was doing these family reunion coins I did in the last couple of weeks. I was doing an experiment on one, and I engraved it twice. And when I did, the background got all kind of lines, and it looked really cool. And I got to figure out how to reproduce that, because I want to be able to use that on demand. Because you get a nice, it's almost like Damascus, right? You get this nice kind of ripple effect. It looks kind of 3D in the background.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I don't know what I did, so I'll have to do some work.
Chris says, Steve, art is subset of science.
I'm not sure it's a subset or a superset, but yeah, there's definitely some math involved in a lot of art.
Like Madre said, you say that now, but eventually you'll personalize ornaments for the family. How about this, Madre? I will buy them from you.
Yeah.
No problem at all. I'll sell you right away.
Hey,
Clayton. Aloha from Hawaii, everyone. Please smash that like button. Thank you. You guys, appreciate everyone. Let us know where you're joining us from. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know.
You know what annoys me about StreamYard is I can't grab the chat and move it, like pull it off into its own window.
Oh, that would be nice on a separate monitor, so that this.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to do, right? Like, I'd like to put my camera up here on my teleprompter.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And then I could actually look at people when I'm talking. Which
TJ said IBW at local. I'm local 9, and Roger, what local are you out of?
145.
145. He's an inside wireman, and I'm a lineman.
Right.
We're both IBW brothers. Rick, do you still want to get rid of a camera? Yes, I had mentioned that on the previous lives. I think I have 2 or 3 of them still brand new in the boxes. So yeah, so if anyone was interested in them, all I was asking is that you paid the shipping. I'm not gonna pay the shipping to you. But if I'm not gonna use them or had no plan to use them, and honestly, I don't think I'd get much from selling, so I would just rather someone's gonna put to use. If you want to try it, that's fine. Yeah, so you can I would say just message me on Facebook or go to our Facebook group or email me. You can get my email off our YouTube channel. But I know Steve has my email.
Madra says, have you tried white toothpaste on a soft cloth to clean brass? This will actually work as long as it's kind of the last thing you do.
Yeah. So the last thing I do is a jewelry cleaning cloth. I don't know if you've ever seen those, like for like gold chains. One side's pink, one side's white. I use that. Man, that makes a big difference. That makes a huge difference. You know, I just kind of thumb it around on my fingers like this. That makes a huge difference.
I use it's a grit that's used for polishing cars. There's like 3 grades of it, and I use the coarse one, which works really well. But it's the functional equivalent of toothpaste. So if you're, you know,
I use them.
If you're trapped and you have no other solution, toothpaste will work. But
I use a micro compound for buffing it, and then I use a wax for polishing it. And then when I clean it off, I will hit it with a toothbrush, but I'm careful because I like to leave some of that in there because that leaves that patina look.
I usually make it shiny and then put the patina back on. So.
Right, I do the opposite. I try not to take it off, right? But I haven't tried your. I still have this polishing wheel brand new over here. I haven't tried instead of using the Dremel because I've been using the Dremel all this time.
Yeah, it's definitely so. There's a couple of good advantages to it. First of all, you don't have to do anything other than push a button, and you could do 10 coins at a time if you want.
Yeah, I hear you. I still haven't. You know, Alibaba's been reaching out to me lately over and over again. The problem with Alibaba is when they were asking me to do rewards, I said, "Hey, I sent in the like that coin tumbler you had. I said, send me this. Oh, that's too expensive. All right, well, so send me this. Oh, that's too expensive. Well, what do you want me to do? A $20 item? Like, no.
You're gonna review paper clips?
Exactly. TJ said, Mountain Bobby W22, Omaha. Hello, brother. Yeah, it's going, brother. Yep. I went to a monster truck show one time with my son, and the line is like, oh my God, what's that? I forget the name of the stadium that's near us, Roger. But anyways, the line was like 3 blocks long, and I'm walking up, and this guy's yelling, "Hey!" I don't know, he's yelling at me. I think it's just yelling. So the closer I get at security, he's like, "You!" And I'm like, "What?" And I had this shirt that said IBW property on. And he was like, you're an IBW brother? I said, yeah. And I said, are you? He said, yeah, I'm a retired brother. I just retired. And he said, come on. And he took me, my wife, my kids, and he walked us straight inside. Oh, that was nice. He was working a gig there as security. So that was cool. We cut like over 300 people in line. Steve.
Yeah. So I had a conversation. Tim was actually over at my place the other day. And I mentioned the coins. Well, I talked about it in a video I did, and he definitely had some coins that are supposed to be brass but magnets, but they stick to magnets. So yeah, those are the kind. So keep them, Tim, for you can print when you get your E1 UV printer. You can print on them. And that's about all they're good for. Because if you touch them with a laser, they just turn black.
Yeah, the other thing that I would say, though, is that it all depends what you're making, right? I mean, because the problem is like the blanks that Steve and I get from that distributor, they're not cheap. So if somebody wants to pay you $5 for a coin, that ain't gonna happen, right? So if you did have a cheaper coin that you need to make, those Amazon coins maybe.
So the only ones I've seen on Amazon that are actually brass are the ones from ComMarker. Virtually every other supposed brass coin that I've seen on Amazon is one of these brass plated, like they're iron or steel or something, because they're magnetic, and that's just garbage. Because like I said, when the second you touch them with a laser and you cut through that plating, they just turn black.
Yep. Yeah, I've tried 3 different ones on Amazon. They're all the same.
Yeah, but the ones on Amazon, the ones that are from the ComMarker store are they're proper brass, at least reasonably high quality brass.
Yeah, Chris said, I just got a jewelry tumbler, just waiting for the polishing compounds to arrive. Nice one. I know Harbor Freight has a ton of those the tumblers compounds and stuff. I haven't used one to see if there's any good or not, but I've definitely seen them.
Yeah, they have like rock tumblers and stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So they have all different
Yeah.
grids.
The problem with those is they don't go too fast, right? They take days to do anything.
Well, I don't know.
Whereas
They have
the ones that is like a pot that stirs,
right.
those things take 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I saw they have like 3 different styles. One actually looked kind of like an airbag that would be on a suspension system. And one actually looked like like the one you had.
Yeah.
So I was
So get
debating.
one of the vertical ones
Yeah.
because they spin faster.
Yeah. Steve said, Rick, we all missed you last week. The guys did a good job. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. My brother-in-law's a Marine and they were in from Virginia. So we were spending some time with them. We're in a, man, I don't even want to say it out loud, but it's almost like, man, we're about to get in World War III or Russia. Hopefully not. Chris
Keep
said,
it on your own side of that imaginary line if that's the case.
Man, it's like 2 guys doing this to each other, right? Neither one of them's going to be one fighting.
It's just more evidence for my argument that no one who wants to run a country should ever be allowed to. Doesn't matter what party they are, where they are. History's not on their side.
Chris said, I used magnet brass coins for prototyping. So
yeah,
I definitely could see that because, you're testing. But the problem is that as you're testing, that when you use a real brass coin, your settings are thrown out the window because it's material's so different. So it could be an issue reduplicating things, especially like Steve said he had a happy accident, or I said earlier had a happy accident. Use a total different coin material, then you may not be able to repeat that. Tim said, by the way, what's the link for the supplier?
You posted it on our forum somewhere, but it's probably buried in.
There you go. And if you actually go to our Facebook group, pinned in our Facebook group, there's a discount code. It's not an affiliate, so I don't get anything for you guys to make anything, but it's like free shipping and 20% off or something like that. So if you go to our Facebook group, you'll see that.
Yeah. And the thing, so when last ones I bought, I don't know, probably $300 worth of stuff. And they threw in a whole bunch of extra things. Try this, try this, try this. So
yeah, and if you guys have never seen, I did actually do a video with some of their stuff, and everything that I got from them was just amazing. Let's see. Yep, speed is why I went with the jewelry tumbler rather than the rock tumbler.
Yeah. I guess what I have, is the jewelry tumbler, right? Is that what those are? I think so.
Yeah.
They take literally 15 minutes.
Rick, any dust in your CNC yet? No.
Just regular household dust.
Yeah.
Man, I made a lot of household dust. I have an old house, and my second story bathroom was slowly losing water pressure and finally just stopped. So I redid my plumbing from my basement to the second story, wall fished it. Raj, you know how those wall fishes are.
Oh, yeah.
And then a 2-story wall fish, and then up to my bathroom, and ran lines to my toilet, my 2 sinks, and my tub. So, and then I had family come in, and then since I had poison ivy and poison oak, I hadn't cut the grass in 3 weeks, and of course people are coming over. So now I'm running like a madman getting the yard ready so it doesn't look completely horrible. So no, but I have everything. So this weekend my honey-do list is complete, so to speak. So I will definitely be making some sawdust. So I'm excited to do so. Chris, I think the CNC is for background decoration. What was it? Clack said, I don't think it's real. That's why I had opened it up.
It's really just a poster behind it.
Oh, there's something funny. This is what Ricky did. Hold on, that's just hilarious. He drew his on the Masso. It's the front of the box of the Masso controller.
Oh, so he stuck a pen on it, and
yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of funny. But we had bought the DeWalt compression tool for the plumber fittings, and I'm writing my name on it. The problem is that like in the field and industry, most guys are Dewalt guys, Milwaukee guys, right? And everybody has the same exact tools. So we always write our names all over our tools. So that we get this new tool, I'm writing my names on it, and Ricky says, "Hey, Dad, since we do all projects together, can I write my name on it too?" I said, "I did." He says, "What do you mean?" I said, "It says Ramirez. Your last name's Ramirez. When I die, these are your tools." He's like, "Yeah, but I would like my name." So he wrote Ricky on blue painter's tape and stuck it on the tool. Kind of funny. But no, I'm excited. Definitely a lot of time been waiting for it. So now time to put it to work. So my first I have to hold my own feet to the fire. I said that I would accept challenges from you guys or something that I should make. So I will post that in the Facebook group. And
people send you some ideas?
Not necessarily ideas of what, I guess if you want to be nice, you can give me some easy creative ideas. And if you're trying to give me a hard time, something difficult, we can maybe put it to a vote and say, these are something that I want to try. So Roger, I want to try that HDPE so that we can make the IBW logo in it in 1/2 inch. But I was also going to do the comparison to see HDPE is pretty expensive. So what would be the difference that if I was to use MDF and then use some kind of like to paint it or color it? So there's this company that makes this. It kind of looks like to me powder coating, but it's like wood that goes on wood. It has like this chemical you stick on it, and then you put that first, and it almost looks powder coated. So they're going to be sending me like every single color you can imagine. So I want to see like how far can you stretch the mustard, so to speak, like this little tiny jar, how many projects can you actually get out of it? And is it easier to do that, or am I putting my foot in my own mouth and saying becoming crafty, right? And then things just become too much detailed for me. So we'll see. Easy idea that teaches is make a maze. There's actually a maze kit that why am I forgetting his name? He was just on our live. He sells a maze kit with the PVC that goes the clear acrylic that goes over the front, the maze, and the wood, and that Bamex, 2 different colors. So yeah.
So one of the techniques you'll have to learn is how to make a keyhole mount.
Yes.
So learn how to do that one.
Yeah, I have the bits for the router table, so that'll definitely be cool with the CNC.
Yeah, any basically any router with a thin shaft and a flat edge, like your leveling bit. You could make a really big keyhole mount for that. With that.
I actually have a special router bit that's supposedly just for that.
No, yeah, they make keyhole bits. Yeah, I got one.
But yeah, so no, I'm definitely excited.
The first time I tried to make one of those, I tried to use a hand router, and you push down, you get the first hole, and then you start to move, and zunk, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm not doing this. So that was my inspiration for learning how to do them on the CNC.
Yeah, Chris said cutting it close. Yeah, I was gonna get a bunch of that HDPE from him, but he had a family emergency, so I'll hold off. But when he was on our live, I saw on his website he was selling the price. He was selling it. It's actually fairly competitively priced, probably because he's buying such huge bulk. I didn't want these little sheets, so he's going to take full sheets 8x4 and cut them in half, so it's cheaper to ship and ship them to me. So
you're going to get 4 foot square sheets.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want to practice, go to like a homeware store and buy the cheapest cutting board you can find. It'll be plastic, HDPE. That's what they make them out of, because they can handle heat.
Go to IKEA.
Yeah.
Centental said, I hate keyhole bits. I think it's just like, I was making a lot of these flags, with the IBW logo, but I was painting them, and then I was putting the sticker that IBW gave us on there and clearing over it, or painting it. And when I first was selling them, I wasn't putting anything to hang them, and so many people, they're like, "Dude," I'm like, "What? I got home to hang it. There's no way to hang it," So they're using wire or whatever. But once I put those keyhole things in there, like a lot of people like that.
Yeah. They're actually really easy to do on a router, on a CNC. So, but there's a few tricks to get them going.
Yeah, Sawdust Splinter said, "You need a template to use a key holder with a handheld router."
Yes.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've never the handheld router. I'm in just in the Craig's table.
Yeah. Now, if I didn't have my CNC, I'd use my table, my router table. But.
Yeah. I don't think the only time I've ever used a router in my hand is just around the edge, a roundover.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've never used a router, honestly, by hand. Just roundovers.
That's really all I ever use one for.
Yeah.
It's actually faster than setting up a tool path on a CNC. Just pull the thing off and run it.
A handheld router is real good for cutting mortises for bits on doors or for hinges.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Just got to be able to handle it well.
Yeah, I always did old school with a chisel.
The easier way is to buy pre-hung doors.
Yeah, that too. Centel said, "I designed a 3D printed keyhole insert that goes into a drill hole."
Yeah, that one too.
There you go. Learn something new every day. I may have to pick your brain when I try that for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, really, all you have to do is you do a down cut, and then you move out and you move back on the same path. Like you basically have a zero width or to be a zero width rectangle. So you go out to as far as you want for the slot part, and then you just cut back.
Nice. David said, "Use the double-sided circle to hang things." Double-sided circles.
Yeah, Scotch makes them. A lot of companies make them. It's a little foam circle that's got adhesive on both sides.
Oh, okay. Like double-sided sticky tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marty said, "I have to drop. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate joining the live. Happy Hump Day, Madre. Let me know when you're ready to make those Christmas decorations. I'll get some from you." Yeah. So you guys, any special projects coming up or anything?
Geez. Yeah. Well, yeah. Many. That's the problem. Too many. It's a case of figuring out which to do first.
I haven't done a review in 3 months, so man, I got a pile of boxes that's in over here, so you're going to see some back to back.
I'm trying to do way fewer reviews. So fewer reviews, but the things I want to review, I want to have something that actually, it doesn't have to be high end, but things that push the industry forward, right?
There you go.
So yeah. So I do have one coming up for the ComMarker Omni X, which was leaked out by ComMarker today or yesterday. It's a nice UV laser. That's the one that does the internal engraving in glass.
Nice. I would say, Steve, between you and Skylar's Eufy video, it's going to be hard to top something new to the market, because like we've been talking a lot about, there's nothing new to a dial. There's nothing new to a fiber laser, and that Eufy was like something.
Yeah,
new,
well,
right?
that was different. I have another thing coming that I think is going to be new.
That's cool.
That I can't talk about yet, but it's coming. Yeah, it's just like the thing. So the E1, the Eufy E1 was a good example of pushing the industry forward, right? Because I mean, you use DTF printers, every day you gotta clean the heads, right? Or it's gonna seize up. And that thing was kind of self-cleaning, right? It looks after itself. You still have to do some minor maintenance, but it's not like every day you have to go and wasting to clean it. So that was a big innovation, I think. And I mean, look what's happening in the UV business now, UV printing business, right? There's all kinds of those companies coming out with those types of printers now.
there's wet cap software that you can use. I'm sorry, not wet cap solution you can use that makes drastic. If you get like a syringe and you just do a couple drops,
Yeah.
that makes a huge difference too if you're not using it every day. But yeah, definitely otherwise you can replace some print heads because it'll dry up on you. All right, Steve.
So Jim is asking about the X. Does the X do other things besides internal engraving? Yeah, I mean, it can do all the things that the current Omni 1 can do. There's also a slider which increases the workspace, the working area, at least in one direction by, I don't know, 260% or something. So there's a few things. I mean, it can take a, so I mean, I showed one of these things. You probably can't see it. Hang on. For people who missed a couple of weeks ago. So these things, and if I can get my face out of and my fingers out of the way. So that was done on the Commarker Omni X, but it can take a flat image and do that as well. So you can put a flat image inside, which is good for these kinds of things. So if you want to make things like recognition awards or trophies, it can do those kinds of things as well. Overall, I think it's just a better Omni 1, but it does have the ability to control the Z-axis, and it gives you the ability to do some other things easier.
So is it a 3D UV or is it just a UV?
It's 3D.
Okay.
All that 3D means is you can move the laser up and down while it's working, right?
Right.
So,
yeah.
And I mean, this thing is fully 3D, right?
Yeah, I have one.
And I mean, if you zoom, and the detail is great. Like if you zoom in on this thing, you can see every single girder in the tower. So,
yeah.
So the detail's good. It's pretty easy to set them up. Like if you're using Commarker Studio software, you literally just put that brick on and focus on the top and tell it how tall it is and drop your 3D image in. I just grabbed this one off of Thingiverse, and it's like any STL file you can load in there.
Nice.
And push the go button, and it's quick too. I mean, this took, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe.
Nice.
So that one's coming out. The other laser I've been intrigued with this week was the Tyvok K1, which is a new CO2 laser.
Is it one of those IR CO2 lasers?
No, it's a tube, I believe, but it basically looks like a traditional diode laser because you got a gantry that moves back and forth, and the whole CO2 is built into that box, and it's all light and close, so you can't go blind. But you can get that thing in a like a 1200 by 1200 millimeter, so it's huge.
Chris said I saw that 4x8 laser with the CNC router, Acmer X1, another tool with Yeah. We were talking about that before, and we were just saying that it's cool, but just now that people won't have the space. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the challenge with those things, right? So they need to do what Onefinity did with their CNCs and make a wall mount for it. So when it's not in use, you can just tip it up and lean it against the wall.
Yeah, or you'd have to like lift it up right to the ceiling.
No, set it up like a Murphy bed.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's basically what their wall mount is. Yeah, I've seen people who have put them on 4 pillars or 4 pulleys, and they pull them up to the ceiling. But
yeah,
I don't know. I that would make it become a hard hat area, I think.
She just said I started Christmas designs today. And here you go. Speaking of, I just started in November. Boy, did Christmas come up fast. Yeah.
Yeah, we did some prototype Christmas tumblers this late last week.
You people are relentless.
We talk about it all the time, right? No matter what niche you're in, don't forget seasonal items, right? What do you expect the X to retail for?
I don't know, but competitors. So there's the Mr. Carve one, at least in Kickstarter, is, where's the price here? The basic one is 3,700 US, but it's regularly 4,680.
That's a
So
UV. That's a UV, Roger. Steve, I'm sorry.
yeah, it's basically the same specs as the Omni X, but the Omni X actually has more vertical space, I think.
Jim said, regarding the tray, can it be used on the Omni One?
The tray. Which tray?
Not sure what you mean, Jim. Let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, the Tyvok it's a neat looking laser. And I mean, it's like I said, it's one of these things I think is pushing the industry a little bit, because you know that, I mean, this thing's 100-watt CO2 laser, and it looks like your Omni One or your Onefinity behind you, right? It's that kind of architecture.
Chris said, "Do you get a 2-car garage with the 4x8 laser?" You almost do need it, right?
Yeah, you need a one of those tiny homes for your hardware.
The thing to me is that it's so big. If you're not using it constantly, to me, it would just like take up too much space.
It's a lot. Maybe they need one that's like a puzzle piece, right? When you need bigger, you can just hook another piece on.
Right. No, but so a 4x4 probably would have more of a market than a 4x8, right? But
yeah,
that's 70
But you just know there is going to be somebody who buys one of those 4x8 lasers and makes a handful of coasters.
2,000 coasters, it's going away.
Well, sure, if you make a jig, but it's just like most of the time you're probably going to do what everybody else does and use about the front 4 square inches of space on your workspace, right?
Yeah.
So the rest of the time you're just chewing up floor space.
Yeah, it's big. It's still cool. It's still cool.
I think Tyvok has a great idea.
Yeah. Chris said TJ's seasonal stuff has started a quarter before the event. Yeah, I remember that's when I was saying Halloween. Everyone was laughing because I think it was like June when the box stores like started putting it out. The hobby shops.
Yeah, for sure. If you're going to a place like Amazon to sell, you got to get there early, right?
Yeah. I just said, where can we look at the X ComMarker site? Doesn't show it.
I think the answer is you got to wait till the 27th.
There you go.
Or if you feel like coming to the east coast of Canada, you can come and see one in my shop. But
it said, I think Brett's Laser Garage is going to have a UV printer. Okay. Steve, you're up.
Jim says, did you say that the X will come with a movable tray? That tray, the slide. Yeah. It's certainly an available option. I don't think it comes with it. I have one of those sitting on my workbench too.
Chris said they do have a 2x4 and a 4x4. I think I could see more people buying the 4x4.
Yeah.
And I think that if you are using the 4x8, you're probably like in the position you should probably have a CNC, but the laser may be more affordable at the time. And that would just be my assumption. That's why you're using something probably for signage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like I have my big CO2 is 2x3, and it gets used for making signs for the most part, acrylic signs.
But I would say the difference between a large diode laser and a large, and when I say large, I mean in size, CO2 laser is the CO2 laser is pre-assembled. So unless you have bay doors or garage doors, probably not going to fit inside a home, right? Or a regular door. Even some of these like industrial plazas, the doors are small,
Yeah.
but
But
if you had a larger CO2, larger diode laser, obviously you have to assemble the whole thing. So it'd fit
but
in
this
any
is
place.
where this Tyvok laser is different, right? Because it looks like an open frame diode laser, so you can just turn it on its side and carry it in.
Yeah.
As long as it's not 6'8" tall,
Right.
you'll get it through the door, through any
Cool.
door.
You want to take this one, Steve?
Dakota says, "What's the best way to secure acrylic to the Omtech K40 honeycomb bed?" You can make yourself some clips, or use rare earth magnets to hold it down. If your
My only
honeycomb
question is,
steel.
if the Omtech K40 version, I have the Monport K40 version. Why do you have to hold it down?
Yeah, well, acrylic is different, right? You wouldn't really have to hold it down because it's guaranteed to be flat,
Right.
and it's heavy enough that it's not going to blow away with the air coming out of the laser nozzle.
Yeah, I was just
So I
curious
don't really
why.
think you need to hold it down.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I was just curious. Maybe she had an issue. Maybe had an issue with it being bumped or moved. Then I get it. But you can also use magnets.
Yeah, rare earth magnets are
Yeah,
good.
just to put it on the edge, just so it can't be bumped or moved. Especially if you're doing like repetitive work and you want to put down another piece in the same exact location. I use that. Oh, look who's in the building. Nancy, how have
Yeah,
you been?
if you want some really good rare earth magnets, find somebody who's throwing away one of those, the power scooter things that people drive.
Oh,
The motors in those things have magnets in them that have the strength like you wouldn't believe, and they're small. Like you put them down, and I mean the thing will hold a car. Like they're just crazy.
Nancy said, "Oh, UV printer, Brett, review is sweet. I'm eyeballing it. Scared to check the price." Yeah, UV, DTF, all that stuff, man. It's crazy because within the last 3 years, like, there's definitely been such drastic improvements on the ink qualities, on the transfer paper or whatever you want to call it. Everything about the industry, the software has so drastically improved, and it's definitely because of competition, which is great, But and it's cool to start seeing stateside names, and obviously they're rebranded, but that they're here as well. Angie said, "I'm interested in the toy box for signs, but on the fence for new products." Yeah, I think anything new that comes out is going to be kinks and bugs you got to work through. You know that going into it, like you got it as soon as it hit the market.
Yeah, see, whenever I can't get new products fast enough. There's another. Rich actually just reviewed it, the Alien Cell X1, I think it is. It's an interesting laser. I mean, it's not earth shattering, I don't think, but it has some cool features.
Nancy said, "Hey guys, missed you last week, Rick." Thanks, Nancy. Yep, sorry, I was spending some time with the family, but I'm back. Chris said, "I got the magnets from an old spin hard drive, way stronger than surgical magnet."
Yeah, those are the same types of magnets that are in these hoverboard things.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I put those magnets on my Adam Stack Craft because the honeycomb is permanent, right? You're not using a grid.
Yeah.
So I use those magnets so that my honeycomb won't move, and I kind of know where everything is. That was definitely different for me learning that because I was so used to open frame lasers and being able to have that grid. And when I went to a closed, I was like, what? It was like I had to kind of learn, placement. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, which lasers? There's a couple of lasers I've looked at where the honeycomb is actually bolted down, so it's guaranteed. The R2, the little R2 laser that I reviewed, or tour.
Okay.
Well, no, not that one. That one has a plate, but the Pixie has a mounted honeycomb, I believe, which is the oh, geez, there's too many of them now. I reviewed it not that long ago, though.
Looks like you got quite a tan there, Steve. You see the farmer's tan going on there? Yeah,
Can
you
I
got.
tell you,
Whoa,
man?
look at that! Whoa, watch out!
It's been hot and sunny, and if I can't take a shirt off, or the neighbors go crazy. So
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
Santa's Laser Grid said, finally made it here this evening. Too much going on. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining. How's that Iker K1 Pro working, brother? Tim said, crap, just sent a box of hard drives to recycle.
The new hard drives have smaller magnets in them because the motors are only 5 millimeters thick. So
Chris
you
said,
need one of those old 10 megabyte ones from the 80s.
The Western Digital old big giant monsters.
Yeah, the ones that they're just massive, like 8-inch drives.
They're like
the lights dim when you turn them on.
Chris said, anyone noticed lately that the X1 is mostly used models by different companies?
Well, yeah, even the stuff I do, when I'm showing somebody, this is my X1 prototype. That's why I say that all the time.
There are a lot of them,
Yeah, I probably got about 6 emails this week. Different companies asked me to review 3D printers. It's kind of crazy. Some of them, I'd say definitely, just like lasers, 3D printers, like there's a big swing in price for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
the only 3D printer I'd be really interested in right now is the Snapmaker, which I also believe is an X1. And only because they have a different mechanism for changing color, so it doesn't waste 25% of your filament changing colors.
Yeah, and that's one of their marketing. They're actually one of the ones who messaged me. Yeah. It says I forget how they worded it, but that's actually in like one of their punchlines. Like
that's definitely one of their value propositions. Is you don't have a box full of little blobs at the end.
We went to a rodeo not too long ago at the county fair, and I couldn't believe how many people there were just selling little trinkets that were 3D printed, like at least 4 different booths. And then I saw a guy who was actually making flags like I want to make on the CNC, and he was selling them for like nothing. And I asked him, like, no offense, but like these look badass. Like, why are you selling
these
them
are
so
the 3D Ripple-y ones?
Yeah.
I'm
like, this looks badass. Like, why are you selling this so cheap? He's like, man, most of my business is all online, and when I can't get rid of anything, I just go to these fairs and I just get rid of it. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't drop the price online, so no one kind of knows, right? Because good, you'd expect that price level. But yeah, he's in Montgomery, so he was like right across the river from me, so that's kind of cool.
Goes to the fairs and wears dark sunglasses so nobody recognizes him.
Zintenso said, my 3D printer is A1, K1, S1. They need to be more original.
Yeah, well, now you definitely need to get the X1.
I said use magnets to hold down on warped boards. Had a magnet field strong enough to knock off the dial laser by its pass.
Wow.
I think this is for you, Steve.
Well, I don't know if it's for me or for Roger, but the tool changer. Yeah, Snapmaker. No, not the 3-in-1 tool thing. Which I still have mine sitting in storage because no one wants these things. So this is just purely a 3D printer.
Chris said, is the one with 4 heads that changes heads like the ACT? Is that the one with 4 heads that change like the ACT?
I don't know if it has foreheads or not. Now I'm going to have to go look.
Jim said, when you get lasers in all reviews, are yours, or do you return them?
We get to, or I get to keep them anyway. If
Yeah.
if they want it back, then don't even bother sending it because I'm not going to screw
Yes.
with it.
So to me, the laser is part of the compensation doing the review.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of time involved in reviewing a laser or a
Absolutely.
3D printer or anything else for all that matter.
But if you've watched any of our lives long enough, you see that Roger and I have given away a fair share of the lasers we reviewed, and we no longer want to keep for personal use to you guys. So
Yeah, I dump them quite regularly.
Mark said, good evening, everyone. Just checking in. Hey, Mark, thanks for joining the live. Let us know if you have any questions. That's what we're here for.
Yes, it's the Snapmaker U1, and it does have the foreheads on it. Well, four. Nice. It doesn't change heads. It's got 4 extruders on it. Extruders? Yeah, the extruder part, not the. So it just basically goes over and grabs one, and it grabs the filament tube with it, and the filament's already there. So
if you made it this far in the live and you're not a member already of our Shop Talk Live group, make sure you do. It's a shoptalklive.club. It's a Facebook group. The domain just automatically forwards you to the Facebook, so you don't have this big long URL you're supposed to remember, because we can't hyperlink the message in Shop Talk in StreamYard. So join our Facebook group if you have not already. Let's see here.
You can't put the hyperlink in there?
Not in the banner like this.
Oh, just because it's too long.
Yeah. Oh wow. Remember how you were talking, Steve, about double click, about being able to separate them?
Yeah.
I think you can. I just did it on accident. I double clicked on the black and it expanded and separated the screens.
Double clicked on what black?
Around our pictures.
Like on the background?
Yeah.
Well, that maximizes that, but it takes the comment window is gone, right?
Right, but now you can open it up on a second screen and drag it over. You can open it again and drag it over and just use the comment.
No, I don't know where it is.
Hello. Omni one just in case. Oh, Steve's making it rain.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Steven.
So if anyone's had any questions, let us know. We were talking about Christmas items. Halloween's obviously right around the corner. What are some items that you're going to be making you guys think are being hot sellers in the groups? And I've been sharing some files intermittently, so I'll definitely do some digging to see if there's some Halloween/Christmas type items that I can drop in the Facebook group. Obviously, anyone can use the file. The only thing that I would suggest or I would request is don't sell the file, but feel free to use it. Are there any videos on YouTube for the call marker Omni X?
Not yet.
Coming soon. How many videos have you done for them, Steve?
For call marker?
Yeah.
I don't know, 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
They're nice, like they're a good company to work with, and they build, I'll say, above average products. So like really for me, there's them and X-Tool and Longer are kind of the ones I like working with the most.
Roger, when we first started the live a year ago or so, the drastic difference in the 3D printers that you had then versus the 3D printers you have now, right?
Oh, so a huge difference, yeah.
So for someone who's like starting in 3D printing, what's realistic? Because obviously it's kind of an unfair advantage for you because you have an established business. But what I'm saying is, if someone was to start with one of those entry slingers and you aspire to own what's behind you, what's a realistic time frame do you think the learning curve to be able to kind of break even, just to kind of upgrade, would be with a 3D printer?
Oh, you're going to be a couple months into it, and you don't need to start out with a high. Just get a cheap bed slinger. Um, dare I say, reality here, but their Ender 3 is actually pretty good for a bed slinger. It says as long as you don't need any tech support. It's a fairly decent printer. It's not real fast. It's not like the Core XY printers here behind me. But if you're just getting started, it's a good place to learn.
And would you say that the price really changes, not just necessarily only based on the speed, but when it comes to like multiple colors? You go from one color to two colors. Is that what really what makes that like next price bracket? What features are really like, drastically change that price?
Well, the next bracket would be the multicolor, and you can get that on a bed slinger too. I've got 3 printers here that are still bed slingers, but multicolor. I got the Cobra Max, and then I've got a couple of Bamboo A1s over here that are bed slingers. The next jump is when you get into the Core XY. That's where things speed up a lot. And you have totally enclosed printers like the ones behind me, but they're not cheap, and those are also multicolor.
So when you have a bed slinger, which is like a open frame, we reference to in the lasers, are you smelling a lot more? Is there like a smell versus enclosed, or that's really not a thing?
If it's PLA or PETG or TPU, no, I don't smell anything. If it's ABS, then I will use one that's vented, because that
Okay.
makes pretty noxious fumes. You also need a enclosed printer for that. You have to very, very carefully control the ambient temperature around it with ABS or warp.
So would you definitely encourage anyone who's using that type of 3D printer to have it externally vented?
Oh yeah, you definitely want it vented outdoors.
Yeah. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Toxins, man. We're talking plastics. You definitely don't want to breathe that into your lungs.
Yeah, but like I say, the PLA and the PETG and the TPU, you don't smell anything at all.
But just because you don't smell anything, is there still toxic fumes? We're used to manholes, right? Silent smell killers.
I don't think so. I don't think there is.
Okay.
No, with PLA or PETG.
It's worth asking. Yeah. Sawdust and Splinter Skyler said, for me, is crosses. Last Christmas season, I couldn't make them fast enough. Nice one. I made that Christmas tree, and the price that people offered me, I gave them to my wife. I sold one to give my wife. I'm like, nah, man, screw you. Some people are just nuts. Chris said, I have no idea what I'm making for Christmas. Family and friends have not given me their orders yet. People keep asking me to do it. And I made fun of Clack for doing this, because I was like, who actually buys those? And he was like, dude, I can't make enough of them. Those stove covers.
Stove covers, yeah.
And I was like,
my mind.
and people were like, dude, would you make me this? I'm like, dude, to me, that just looks like, are you serious? Like, that's like I don't know, maybe down south it makes more sense. But I guess, and the old saying is, you can't always make what you want. You got to make what the customer wants. And I'm like, oh, okay. But the same token, like, if we just like hate making it, then like, but it doesn't seem like it really requires a whole lot of skill to make those. So maybe I'll make some now.
Not that you want to beat up on Clack, but he said he does make a lot of those.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's geographic. I don't
That's
get
what
it.
I'm saying. Yeah. Like, but people are like, yeah, can you make those? I'm like, yeah, but
I mean, I guess if you have a small kitchen and you need that extra little bit of counter space, right?
I think like the big thing was when like that, the difference, my house was built in 1865. I have an old farmhouse, but people got into that farmhouse chic look. And I think that's what people are, they don't have a farmhouse, but they're just trying to get that look. But I don't know. So maybe you can make fun of me for making fun of somebody else, and I'll start jumping on the bandwagon, so to speak.
Oh, there's Clack right there. He's going to make fun of you right now.
TJ says, if anybody has an LLC, when did you decide to start one?
I don't. A while back when we were a lot bigger with our greenhouse side. We considered forming an LLC, but then just never did it. Just downsized instead.
So I did LLC, and then later on, the accountant told me that I should change to S corp, and it was because of tax benefits.
Yeah.
So, and I always was told LLC, you know, but
Yeah, but yeah, I don't have an LLC either. I have a corp. But the short answer to this question is: as soon as you think you're big enough to get sued, is the time to form a corporation, right?
Yeah. What happened to the clack? What happened to the chick? How do you have what? What happened to the chick? What do I have to look at, you mutts? Oh wow.
I assume he's referring to Skylar.
Yeah. Rick, your video's messing up. It is again.
Oh yeah, it has been. You freeze from now on. We still hear your voice, but your camera is freezing up, or the stream, or something.
I don't know what is going on. I have to.
You have a mission to solve this problem for next week.
Yes, I do. Because if I look at my Wi-Fi, it says full bars. But if I look at the Wi-Fi symbol in StreamYard, it says your connection is unstable. So no idea.
Yeah, go with a wired connection, man. Run a cable.
Yeah, it's just I'd have to use some kind of adapter because the MacBook Pros don't have. You don't have to still do USB to whatever. But,
so an adapter's $20.
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying I don't know how well it works. I'll try it. Jatenta said I have 4 printers running. It smells like corn chips.
So he's doing PLA.
Yeah, PLA is made from corn.
Because it's made of corn, yeah.
Yep. Chris said, to me, stove covers are just a way for ladies to meet firemen.
see, this is kind of my theory too. No Clack's going to argue with me, but like you put this thing on there and somebody's going to turn on the stove, right? And it's going to catch fire. I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't happen, but
Clack said $700 a week. Yeah, I mean,
you go. That's why you make them right there.
People are asking, and I'm like, what? So I keep getting asked enough. I guess I'll try, or I guess I'll make them for people to ask. Harold said, I'm kidding. You guys can take it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, especially work construction. You're not going to insult me.
Yeah. Clack said he should have snaked the Cat 6 with the plumbing. My whole house, man. I did that early on. I think every room has like 5 or 6 Cat 5s and 3 coax cables. So
when I moved into this house, I ran fiber end to end. My run of fiber is about 150 feet, 200 feet.
Chris said it's messing up so often. We need to tell Rick when it's working properly to save time. Oh man, it's that bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad tonight.
What the heck? Let's see here.
Yeah, as Tim says here next, it's probably packet loss on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, it just went green screen again. All his packets dumped on the floor.
The green screen of invisibility, because he's just disappeared.
Oh, we built our house. Of course, that was back in the late 90s. It was Cat 5 then. You couldn't really get fiber for residential.
You can still get 10, 15 megabits reliably off of Cat 5. So
yeah, but everything down here in the office is either fiber or Cat 6.
Yeah, when I do have cable, it's all Cat 8 now.
Yeah, I have fiber to my home, but it doesn't seem to be helping me today.
Well, the nice thing about fiber is you can put like a 10 gigabit adapter on your computer, and between computers you'll get super speed, and when you go out over the network you'll get the full line rate. So instead of being limited to 100 megabits or something.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to the next one. Never had any. Well, there you go. Proof from the guy who would know.
Yeah. Retired firefighter of 20 years, never had any issues with the stove covers. More when they were actually cooking. That depends on the cook.
Yeah.
Man, I got to figure out what's going on with this camera.
Yeah, you're definitely froze up there again.
Yeah. Tim says you look like the moon
Landing on the moon.
Yeah, you do have that Neil Armstrong look to you there tonight.
Chris said, did you ever get an answer about the second moon?
That second moon.
No, something we don't know.
I don't know. That's a question between Redo and Chris.
See, a green screen knew that CNC wasn't real.
Yeah, there you go. There's the proof. Even Rick is not real.
Yeah, I'm AI. Verizon Internet has been the fix for our problems. I have 1 gig fiber internet, but I don't know what's going on. Isn't Rick in Chicago? Someone probably shot at the internet connection. He's going green screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your line coming in. It's in your house.
Yeah.
I think I would go with Tim's recommendation and make sure you're not getting packet loss on your computer.
Check it out. Oh yeah. When the IT guys have IT problems.
That's when you blame somebody else. That's when you blame the carrier.
Do you have a wire mesh in the drywall or something? I have I have a wire mesh through my whole house. I was messaging my wife to see if Ricky unplugged it to plug his phone in.
Well, you should put a mesh extender down there close to you.
Yeah, if you're gonna have mesh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely like seriously dropping because, I mean, StreamYard is only going to use. I mean, if you had a 5 megabit line, it would be enough probably.
Yeah, just I've never. The only difference is the camera, right? So that's what had me. I've had that mesh a couple of years. We've been using StreamYard, same computer. The only difference is the camera. So I'm wondering if it's just such a high resolution. It's not liking something.
You're not running. Are you running at a 4K or 1080?
It was 1080, but I dropped it all the way down to 480.
480. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's almost like dial-up speed.
Yeah. I noticed your comment there about AOL finally turning off dial-up lines. I can't think that there's anyone who still uses dial-up.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
I mean, you're gonna get like what 9,600 bits per second or something. Like that's brutal.
Yeah, that was definitely crazy. But you know, what's crazy is that they were still in business. That they had enough people that they were still a thing.
Well, in reality, it was probably like one guy with a modem talking to AOL's single modem.
Oh, Faraday cage around you. You got one of them? Maybe that's what's doing it.
All right, said pretty sure it was you, Chris. Comment on the picture. Earth and moon looked like they were taking pictures. Maybe it was Brian. I don't know. Someone from here. The second moon. Tim said we're a computer shop before an engraving shop. Have you done a speed test from that PC? Yes, and I got 987 megs, both up and down. That's why I said it was goofy. So that's crazy.
Yeah, the line could be dropping, but like I had they actually did some work on my fiber line coming in because it was dropping out for no reason at all. When it was running, it was fast, but so they finally replaced it.
Yeah, I didn't run a ping. I won't run it now because if I'm having problems, I definitely will if I do that.
Well, ping doesn't take any horsepower, but
yeah, you imagine how long it would take to load the average web page at 9,600 baud. I remember back when I was first getting into things on internet and all that, and my modem was 2,400. And when I got to upgrade to 9,600, then to 14.4, I thought I was really cooking with gas then. So.
Wow. You're certainly old enough, Roger, to remember. I my very first modem was an acoustic coupler. You picked up the phone, you dialed, and you put it on the little cups, and it was like,
Yep.
if you could get 300 bits per second, you were doing okay. But normally it was somewhere between 150 and 300. That's when I decided to go into technology and help change the world, because that was brutal.
Let's see, I'm running the ping right now and see what it says. If you have dual band Wi-Fi, try switching bands. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible that your channel is busy, right? Somebody else might have it. If you're running, especially 5 gig ether or Wi-Fi, because it doesn't have the same range, higher speed but shorter range.
Yeah, you know what? It says I'm only getting 106.56 meg upload. So I don't know if that's causing my pings is.
Nah, that's plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says
you're only going to need like 5 or 6 to do StreamYard.
My ping's 9 on the down and 20. I'm sorry, 9 on the down and 29. Let's see, 29 down and 50 up.
Yeah. Tim's pointing out the obvious here. Just get rid of your camera and try something else.
Yeah.
What do you use it for a camera there? That is.
It's an Insta, right?
Yeah, it's an Insta 360. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the other thing I could try is no, because the thing is, I don't think it's the camera, because in StreamYard it says connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, plug it into your router or move it closer. So I don't know.
Oh, Santa's laser engraving. There's a Tandy TRS-80 with a cassette. My one of my first ones was a Commodore 64 with a cassette.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, and I had a Colorado drive. Yeah,
mine predates all of those things. My first computer.
You have the old acoustic couplers, 300 baud modem, massive leap forward. Yeah, I used to work for a 3Com back in the day. That was kind of funny. So I started.
My very first computer was a Timex Sinclair.
Yeah,
I predate that too. My very first computer was something called a Cosmac VIP from RCA, and I wish I still had it. It's one of those things when I left home and went to school. I left it at my parents' place, and they're like they pop up on eBay every now and again, and they usually sell for anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, and it's like I kept phoning my father when he lived in the same house, and I said, like, do you still have this thing? Oh, it must be around here somewhere. It's like, yeah. No, it's not. I mean, I would just mount it on the wall and put it in a glass frame. But it was my very first computer.
That's cool.
Back in the day, you had to assemble it yourself. So, that's when I learned to solder as a teenager. King's Quest. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what the hell the problem is. Or I'll try sitting where I've always been sitting before and see if it's just something goofy that just doesn't like this area. But
yeah, the 396 megabits, that's just because you're over Wi-Fi, but
yeah. I have 2 Commodore 64s with a 128 tube screen, printers, and a few drives. Yeah. I have some old cell phones, like the old bricks, the Motorola's, that still work. Well, it's kind of funny. What's he getting?
There you go. Here's an old computer.
Oh.
if I
My
turn this
grandfather
thing
had one of
on,
those.
it still works. You probably can't see the display, but 40, this is over 40 years old. I think that was my second computer.
He said, "Good evening, guys. I have a yellow powder coated tumbler over steel. I would like the results engraving to be black. Would titanium spray before leave it black instead of stainless?"
Well, if it's a stainless steel tumbler, they're using a diode laser.
No, he's probably using his F1 fiber laser. So you should be able to. You should be able to get it black for sure, Andrew.
I would say that you need a sacrificial tumbler to test.
Yeah, I mean, the F1 will create black engraving on stainless, so it's just a case of getting through the paint. Hey, leave my legs out of this. It's hot.
All of a sudden, we're gonna start seeing the tips roll in the chats.
Well, yeah, whatever it takes, I guess.
Nice one.
Yep, the
sorry.
Sinclair ZX80, ZX81. I had one of those. I had a ZX81. Again, I built it myself. I bought a kit.
My Timex Sinclair was a kit.
Well, if anyone has any questions, let us know. Let us know. That's what we're here for. Sorry, I'm breaking up everyone. I'll have to see if I can get that resolved by next week for sure.
Just try to switch back to your computer camera.
Let me see.
You should be able to do it just directly from StreamYard. Sometimes the line gets blurry. Oh, that was a. This is actually a Radio Shack computer, a TRS-80 handheld pocket PC. It was also made by Panasonic, I think, built them originally, and I think they sold a very similar one.
That's definitely a big difference in the.
That's better.
Yeah.
You got that. You got that 1970s soap opera kind of aura around you, but
yeah, I don't know. It looks yellow.
all I saw was the shirt coming up. That was a bit unnerving. And now he's gone again.
Yeah.
Buffering. It just did it on my end. Just buffered.
I actually have the printer plotter for this thing as well, and I think you can plug a cassette tape into it. I just can't find the pens. It used these tiny little ink pens, and I can't get the pens anymore. So. Where'd you go?
No, it's kind of a soft focus thing. So, kind of like a B movie.
Yeah, it's
like I
because
said, that 70s soap opera look.
Yeah.
That's because it's the onboard camera that is with
Maybe there's something wrong with your Insta.
Oh, right. So I put it.
No, you just froze again.
Yeah. So that wasn't the problem. No, froze up altogether. Now I can't even hear him.
Yeah, to some degree, it's a better camera than his Insta 360. There, he switched back. Oh, he's using his laptop camera. Oh, now he switched back to the Insta. So, did you freeze because you were switching cameras?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I switched it on a different port too on my computer. So we'll see if that makes a difference.
Maybe you got just a shitty cable on your Insta.
Yeah.
Are you running that camera into a USB hub?
Yes.
With
not a
800
hub,
things plugged into it?
No, it's not on a hub. It's going straight into my
direct to. It's killing me, man.
Well, now we lost the sound. You know, if we didn't lose the sound, then I'd suspect the cable from the camera.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
that's kind of what I was thinking. Bad cable, or
No, StreamYard keeps telling me it's my internet's unstable. No, to believe it or not, Harold, I have a MacBook Pro. It's like a $7,000 computer.
yeah, it's if you're on the Insta, it's probably a USB 3, but
Yeah,
is the cable USB 3?
yeah. I mean, that's what came with it.
Oh.
I'm not using an aftermarket one. Whatever came with it. Yeah, I'll have to play with it. I don't know. I'm not getting that. My connection's unstable right now, at least.
Like I've seen people have USB troubles because they have like a 12-port USB hub and they've got it full.
Yep.
Because on USB it's divided, right? So everything you plug in there is dividing the signal.
Yeah.
And pretty soon you could get below 5 megabits.
So I think it's signal interference. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a
Is there
MacBook.
like some secret lab next to you or something that the government is testing things?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Of course,
I know,
I
I'm
guess
not
if it
getting
was secret, you probably wouldn't know.
I'm not getting that pop-up saying my connection's unstable, so maybe it didn't like the port. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say this, Tim. Look at the end of the cord and see if the connector is blue.
Yeah.
Does the camera have an HDMI output on it?
No, it's USB-C to USB-C.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, okay, so it'll be like a Thunderbolt type connector, right?
Yep.
Well, that should be fast. It'll be a 10 megabit cable anyway.
Yep.
Gigabit, sorry.
Well, that one troubleshooting as a community. So no, I don't know. It looks like it's working okay now. It might have not liked that port. Either that or Ricky plugged in the Wi-Fi upstairs. One or two, we'll find out.
Well, no, you're not as grainy as you were either.
There you go. Clark and blocking you, making fun of his stove covers.
Yeah, that'll teach you.
He's hacking my Wi-Fi.
I don't know if he's making $700 a week. The joke's on you, man.
I know. That's why I said, like, okay, I'm getting enough.
Oh, there you go.
Froze up again.
You
Yeah,
froze
USB ports are consumable item, even though they're soldered to the boards. That is true. I have worn them out not on a computer, but I've worn them out on 3D printers, and had to replace some motherboards.
Yeah. I actually was just looking at the new MacBook Pro. It's like, man, all scaled out version. They're like, oh, it's $800-something a month if you want to finance it through your Apple card. I'm like, $800-something a month. How much is a laptop? Like,
For how many
holy-
months?
Exactly. I was like, holy cow, it's up there. I think it's
I
like,
bought a in my shop. I bought a Mac Mini. I upgraded a Mac Mini there to the new M4 one,
nice.
and that's a nice machine. It's probably I have a Mac Studio here, but this is an M1. It's the original Mac Studio.
Mm-hmm.
The M4 is. I bet you that Mac Mini is faster than this thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have as many ports. That's one thing.
Right. Yeah, so we'll see. But I don't know.
There you go. Tim wants you to go Windows.
Well, I'm a Windows guy here, so I'm running Windows on everything.
You know, I was always Windows and started doing a lot of video editing. And when I'm using Adobe, is such a resource hog. I'd export a video and it would just like either crash my computer or just take way too long.
Yeah, the problem, like I use DaVinci, and every Mac has a graphics accelerator built into it, right? And a lot of Windows machines don't, so you can't run DaVinci on a lot of Windows machines unless you get a high-end video card.
My main computer over there that I do my video editing on has got a real high-end GeForce card in it. Now the laptop I'm sitting here using right now is a Core i9. And it's got the NVIDIA GeForce RTX built into it. So I could do DaVinci on this laptop too if I want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's but that's, well, I mean, I used to be a big Windows guy, but when Apple adopted Unix in the back end as their operating system, it was time to switch.
Yeah, same, Steve.
Yeah,
I was a big
Chris
Windows
points
guy
out the
too.
$9,000 M4 Mac.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think fully loaded with the maxed out RAM, maxed out hard drive, like 1 terabyte, it was like 11.
Yeah, that's
It's
mind-boggling.
crazy. Windows has advanced so much with graphics design.
Yeah, yeah, they've come a long way.
So I think part of it's too with Windows is the
Oh, lost him again.
See, he was about to say something good about Windows, so Apple killed his connection.
oh man, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'll definitely make sure that I nail this down. See what's going on with next week.
Yeah, I still have one machine. I don't use it very often, but it still runs Windows 10, and I can't run Windows 11 on it because it doesn't have a security chip in it.
Oh,
But when I was testing that Pro Color printer, their RIP software only runs in Windows. Actually, I think they have a Mac version now, but it only ran in Windows. So I had to set this thing up, and I was just like, oh, shoot me now. It's brutal.
I'm asking them to check it.
The only real problem with Windows is you need a driver for everything.
Yeah.
Whereas on a Mac, you just plug it in and it works most of the time. Oh, sorry. Leave happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We'll get it. We'll get it fixed out.
It's a 10-minute computer job, so take a day and figure it out.
Yep. Yeah, I might just move to see if it's maybe there's ductwork above me that's causing the problem. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just run a Cat 5 and call it a day. I think I might just do that.
Yeah.
So
I had mesh network in my house when mesh first came out, and I didn't have it very long.
yeah,
So,
it's expensive. I think it's expensive.
Yeah, well, you can run Cat 8 or Cat 5, 6, 7, doesn't matter. And like at each end of my house, I have a router, and I have a router in my shop. So it's I'm never really out of range.
Yeah, I think it was like $1,700 or $1,800. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah. But my router here is connected to my fiber router, so I have like 40 megabit coming in here, and then the router.
Yeah, so next week I might join with the cone hat. We'll see if that helps.
Yeah, you need a tinfoil hat. That'll solve it.
Beamform? I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's the new. It's like that's what I have here, and they're much more directional and got a lot more power too, I think.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
I'm thinking of upgrading all my routers to Wi-Fi 6 now, but because they're all Wi-Fi 5.
Let's see. Just trying to find out which one I actually have. Took pictures of it. It's a Linksys. I thought it was 7.
Could be. If you bought it within the last year, it could be.
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
I
7.
thought it was 7. So can't tell with the way it's acting now, but I don't know. We'll see what's the cause of the problem. So yeah. Chris said I just got a Wi-Fi 7 router, fixed all my problems. That's exactly what I have. I have a Wi-Fi 7. But I don't know. We'll see.
You want to check the settings on your computer too, and see what maybe you're just running out of buffer on your Wi-Fi on your network connection.
Yeah, so I had the Linksys Atlas Max 6E, and then I upgraded and I got the 7. So I just got, and before that I had the Netgear Nighthawk. So I've always kind of like had the latest and greatest net Wi-Fi's as they came out, but I don't know, it's not working out good for me today.
We're running on Nighthawks here.
Yeah, I love Nighthawks. Nighthawks are awesome. I like Nighthawks because the range, the mesh is just like re-amplifying signal, right? I own 4 acres, and with the Nighthawk, I could be all at the back of my property, and I still had great signal.
Yeah, there you go. But you're not. Well, yeah, you might be sharing your Wi-Fi channel. So
Yeah. I don't know. See, right now it's telling me that my signal's great in the software, so I don't know. I didn't move, so I don't know.
Somebody quit
Nighthawk.
streaming a movie upstairs.
I think they're all eating dinner.
Okay, so he stopped streaming. So
and maybe that was it. I don't know.
So things are getting better. Yeah, it's probably running like the Microsoft game network there on his.
Maybe I'll log into the router and prioritize my computer over the whole house.
Just block everybody in this time period.
Oh, we're having an outage. Yeah, put the cameras on 2.4.
Yeah, you could do this. Put it on, like, if your router is dual frequency, if it's 2.4 and 5 gig, you could try and run it on 2.4. It's a little less susceptible to things like the ducting over your head. Yeah, I got 2 monitors on that one. It'll actually support more than 2, but
yes,
like
now
this computer, I have those 3 back there, 2 here, a teleprompter, and a monitor up there. So you can put a lot of monitors on a computer these days.
nice.
I'm actually going to tear down my studio, and I want to change how things are laid out here. So
how are those monitors connected to your computer? Is that an HDMI cord all the way over there, or is that Cat 5?
Yeah, I have a video wall box back there.
Okay.
That runs the 3 monitors, and then it's 4K signal from here around to that.
Nice.
You have to use good cables, but
yeah, looks cool. Roger and I are not as fancy. We got some catching up to do.
Yeah, well, it was my job for 35 years, so.
have you got any big projects you got to get done the next week or anything? Anybody?
I have a couple. I have to make a trophy for somebody. I went to the metal superstore the other day, and I said I need 1 foot square pieces of brass, like 032 brass, so it's not very thick, right? And I needed, I think, 5 of them, and he said that'll be $220 all in. I went, what? He said, yeah, prices have gone up. I said, yeah, no kidding. And then I went around the corner to the warehouse where I get my hardwood, and the price of walnut went from it was like $12. Now it's $48 a foot. I was like, what the hell? Like, it's not, I don't know. It's got to be gouging, right? Because like, they can't say, oh, it's tariffs, because it's our own wood. We don't bring it in from anywhere.
Yeah, that would be a likely excuse, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. So this guy wanted his plaque, and he said, can you keep it under $100? I said, well, given that there's probably going to be $200 worth of brass in it, not to mention $150 worth of wood. I said, I don't think so.
So how'd that go? He was okay with the price?
No, we're gonna do some design change to make it a little cheaper for him. So
okay,
it's it happens.
Yeah. I think some people though, they see these things and they want. They don't realize how much it costs.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like, even in the good old days, we'll say, like building. I mean, this thing's going to be probably a 2-foot square plaque, right? Like, it's going to be big, and with walnut and maple inlay, and then a whole pile of brass for all the past winners, and there's no way in hell you could build that for $100.
Right.
Like, it's probably got 4 or 5 hours of my labor in it, so it's already going to blow past that several times over. So anyway, I talked him off the ledge, so we've
Kristen,
come to terms.
I have companies who try to blame tariff. China adjusts no tariffs.
Yeah, China to Australia is probably.
Yeah. There's no tariffs here either, unless you're trying to sell me like an EV. But
yeah, I don't think that problem is not going away anytime soon. So they were saying that a price increase is good for our country. He says, well, we're the one paying the bill, so I'm not sure how that worked out, but okay.
No. Yeah, I don't know. It's just going to drive the price of everything up. So
yeah. So I saw this whole thing with Mexico and Canada making these crazy trade deals, basically cutting the United States out of the equation because we were like the highway from Mexico to There and they're like, you know what, we're just going to go water and go around you guys. I was like,
well,
wow.
there were a lot of, especially for auto parts and stuff, but there was literally a train that ran the length of the height of the US, moving things from Mexico to Canada.
Right.
Didn't make any stops in the US. And it was going to start the tariffs were going to start messing things up there. So they just decided it's cheaper to put them on a boat.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
I don't know. I think countries should just trade. Like, it's just like, why make it hard? Because it's just making it hard for normal people.
Yeah. So Tenta said, I can't afford to invest in gold, so I invest in walnut.
Yeah. That's good.
Sad but true. Sad but true.
Like I happen to have, I got the price list and the new price list, and I happen to have the old one from last year. And it's like, why is everything quadrupled in price? Like, even for wood coming from the US, at most it's going to have a 35% tariff on it. Why is it 4 times the price?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it was the stuff I know is sourced in Canada, and the price of that has gone up a lot. It's
So
like, well, you can't sell it to the US right now, so
do you almost think that like companies are starting to take advantage of the situation because people are going to assume it's tariff related and they're just jumping on the bandwagon to increase the price?
Of course. Don't you charge 50% more for everything because there's tariffs on it?
Yeah. The one thing that I keep hearing people say is stop charging low prices for items you're making out of scrap wood, because all of a sudden if it becomes a hit and you have to purchase wood, you just shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, wow, because I do that. There's certain things that I sell like next to nothing because
we all do it, right? You have a piece of wood with like this much space in it, you go, oh, I can make something out of that. So you put it somewhere, and then eventually you make it, and then somebody says, okay, I want 100 of these. And all of a sudden now you have to go buy wood, and it's not a $2 item anymore. It's a $20 item, right? So,
right.
Well, I did manage to get rid of all my 1/8-inch plywood scraps because I had a big order for these little round turrets that they use in bars. Yeah, they didn't get them discounted, but I sure got rid of all my scrap. Didn't have to buy any wood for
them.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the kind of thing you're probably making enough scrap wood anyway most of the time. So, but it's like if somebody came and said, I want 1,000 of these, then you're probably going to be buying wood, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. a 4x8. Chris said, funny how the 10 to 30% tariff caused a 50 to 80% price increase.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
not
it's
cool.
not like you know, from our perspective, it'd be so easy to blame Trump for this, but this is all us, right? Like somebody's ripping somebody off here.
Yeah. Now you got me looking on the Mac to see if that dropped in the price. Man.
Well, that's one of the reasons the Macs are probably expensive, right? Because they're sourced in China.
Yeah, let's see.
Although, didn't Tim Cook give your president a bar of gold or something and call him a nice guy, and then all the tariffs went away? Wasn't there some crazy thing going on there?
I did
Who
see that
knows?
little gold award. I did see that news thing on that.
Make up an award and you get rid of your tariffs.
It's kind of like his free plane that's costing us $9 billion.
Yes. Well, yeah, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? Or apparently a free airplane.
Right. That's crazy.
Jim says his new catalog will have no pricing.
Yeah,
Coach only good for 48 hours.
You got to do this, right? This is like you know, the menu in the restaurant where they got like it's white out all everywhere and they've got a new price written in. You don't want to get into that business.
Well, there's a few restaurants around here now that it's got a little QR code on the table. So if you want to see the menu, you got to get your phone out.
Yeah. And the reason for that is probably just price fluctuation, right?
Yeah, so the new version of my computer, the 16-inch MacBook Pro Silver, it's good Lord, $7,349.
Yeah, that's got to have some price, some tariff or something on it.
Yeah, that's crazy. 128 gigs of memory. Oh, and that's a standard display. Yeah, so there's more upgrades you can do. That's crazy. You use Final Cut Pro?
It's a Mac Pro, like a MacBook Pro.
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now.
Yeah,
but it's like 4 years old now. But at the time, it was like there was no option it didn't have. It was maxed out. Yeah, crazy.
Looks like here the most I can pay for a Mac is like $4,500.
Are you on the you have to go to customize, and when you choose gives you an option of a 16-inch screen, the price like goes up big time. Yeah, and then it goes from like 48, 64 to 128 gig. That's the price jump. And then it only comes with the 1 terabyte. If you go to 8 terabytes, that price jumps up too. Yeah, Apple's going to invest $500 to $600 billion in the U.S. Yeah, but here's the thing though. Like, even if they make it in the U.S., that doesn't mean the price is going to go down. Chances are the prices are going to go up.
Well, a lot of the components are probably still going to come from overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think they're going to invest $500 billion? They're going to recoup that money back? They have investors. Like, they're going to have to. I'm glad that it would provide American jobs, but
well, are they though? That's the thing, right? They'll build a $500 billion factory that's you shove components in off the truck on one end and pick up computers at the other end, and it's all automated in between, right?
Yeah, the robots will be putting them together.
The only people you employ are the people who keep the machines running.
Yeah. Good way to smuggle gold.
Yeah. Give this guy's an award.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all smoke and mirrors, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think the little guy pays the buck for the big guy to make the bucks. Yep.
The rich get richer, as they say.
Central said stability is good for sustainability business.
Volatility is good for opportunistic price gouging, and that's quite true.
Yeah.
That describes all the grocery stores.
Oh, the price of eggs there for a while.
Yeah, so eggs are actually cheap here, well, compared to places in the U.S. But just prices are just continually going up for no reason at all.
Yeah, but the problem is that once people start paying it, why would they ever lower the price? You know, why would they ever? If you're paying it, why would they ever lower the price?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. So
I
my
think it's
spelling's
getting
getting
worse as the night goes on. Well, I don't know. What are you drinking?
My spelling's fine. It's my typing that's bad.
I'm dyslexic, so it's all right. You could have spelled it right, and I'd still be doing that. Yeah, I got invited to a group. Was an enabled group, and they said, "Oh, Rick, you have a hidden disability," and I was like, "What? Hidden disability?" They're like, "Yeah, you're dyslexic," and I was like, "Oh, I guess I never considered that a disability." Okay.
Yeah, apparently I test pretty high on the non-visibility scale of the autism scale. So
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had any issues until about 8 months ago. Well, my wife kept pointing out my issues, but none of them were related to that.
I think we all have that problem, Steve. I saw this meme. It said, how come for the last 26 years, every time I do anything wrong, you have to point out my flaws? And she said, 27. That's kind of funny. But yeah. We're coming short to the end of the live, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, you want to snake them in, let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I guess everybody has some aspect of the autism scale, but when I did this test, I thought, oh, the test is got to be wrong. So I made my wife take the test, and like basically the autism scale is this circular grid, right, where you've got these things that stick out, and it basically forms a shape, and mine was pretty big, and my wife's was like this little dot in the center, and I went, oh, okay.
Yeah. Crazy. Just found out my diabetes disability. Well, it's a good thing that we have that, what do they say, 2,000% discount on our medical that we're supposed to have. That everyone's like,
Chris is in
this?
Australia. They must have subsidized healthcare in Australia.
Yeah. Everyone's like, where's this discount they keep talking about? Because the price, that's what's crazy, right? Diabetes, they were saying that was like 8 cents to make, and they were spending like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That's, I guess, an advantage of Canada. Canada capped, right? You can't charge certain. There's a cap that the max they can charge over on the cost of like certain medications.
Some drugs are still pretty expensive, but most people will fit into one healthcare plan or another, and you don't end up paying for most things, or you pay some minimum like $25.
Right. Yeah.
Vegemite. Yeah. I partied with some Australians in Colorado one night, and they brought Vegemite along with them.
What is Vegemite?
It's basically like salty black goo. It's some residue left from they make something out of, it's vegetarian, right? So they make something out of vegetables of some sort. I'm waiting for Chris to get on and say, "Oh no, you're an idiot. It's this," but it's kind of brown, dark brown, and it's very salty. It's probably something left over from the beer making industry. I don't know.
Huh. Learn something new every day. We have to Google it and see what it is.
Oh, so the Australian says it's road tar for bread. There you go.
I like the next comment too. I've tried it once. I do not care for it.
It's a jar of ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably an apt description. I just like, these guys were eating it like crazy, and it's just like, what is wrong with you? This stuff is terrible.
It's like Fear Factor. Try it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh, but he loves it. There you go.
It
Made for
was made
soldiers
for
in World War
soldiers.
One. Yeah, but what's it made out of?
Well, it might
It's
be the
like-
stuff left over from then.
Yeah, it was what was left over when they washed their socks.
Oh man. All right, guys. Looks like we're at time. Thank you for joining. Apologize for me having camera issues. Thank you for everyone putting up with that. Roger, Steve, you guys want to say anything on a closeout?
I do not actually. I'm
Yeah, well, see
busily
y'all next week.
I'm busily testing things, and I actually do have a project I'm working on, or a tutorial I'm working on this week. So
Okay. We'll look out for some new content from us, and see you on next week. And hopefully, I resolved my computer issues.
yeah,
Thank
we
you,
hope
guys.
so.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.